Hey guys, Adrian Cauguiran here, and I am coming back from a Tokyo trip that I spent over the weekend. And on my way back, I was thinking about an idea for a video, and really just for myself. And when I come back, I like to do some sort of reflection on the things I need to improve upon, the things I need to progress in, and all of that, and really just remind myself because I think every now and then it's good to take into account what you have, where you are, and where you're going. And the fact of the matter is, these are the top 5 things I think we need to remind ourselves. And I'm not here to teach you them or for you to learn in essence, because I think in reality, life is going to teach you these things whether I do or not. I'm here to tell you that these are things that I think we need to remind ourselves because it puts things into perspective. So often we take these things for granted. So often we look past these things and forget to remember them. But I think it's through repetition, it's through it's through that method that we instill into us our character, our personality, by reminding ourselves these things, by reminding us who we are, why, what we do and why we do it. Those sort of things. These are things, again, I think are important to remind ourselves as often as possible. So that being said, let's jump right into it. Number one, everybody struggles. This is something that's really easy to forget, especially because we like to think our problems are the center stage a lot of the times. And not to say your problems are minuscule, but a lot of times in hindsight, your problems aren't as big as you seek them out to be. It's not going to matter 24 hours from now. It's not going to matter 2 hours from now. So why waste all that energy getting worked up over it when, again, down the road, it's not going to matter so much. And, what I always like to think of, you're fortunate if you have the basic necessities of food, water, clothing, shelter. But beyond that, if you're breathing, if you are alive, then consider yourself fortunate enough. You are living on this planet, and your potential and your possibilities are times 10,000, million, whatever number you want to put out there. The possibilities are literally endless for you if you are alive already on this planet. So you're fortunate enough. Everybody struggles. Everybody carries their own weight in this world, and the longer you carry your problems, the heavier they become. So sometimes you just got to put into perspective that your problems may not be as big as you think they are, and kind of work off of that. Number two, you got to be able to just do things in life. Aside from motivation, aside from inspiration, which growing up I now realize aren't really big things, because in the end of the day, I believe that you're going to do things or you're not going to do things. That's how simple it is. Inspiration is a poster on the wall. Inspiration is a quote. Inspiration is something telling you something that you've always been capable of doing, in essence. So I don't really necessarily believe in inspiration or motivation, because those aren't always going to be there. That stroke of genius, that stroke of I can do this, isn't always going to be there. You got to be able to sit down. You got to be able to break your comfort zone and just do things. You may be comfortable at your job, comfortable where you are in life, but maybe, you're not really doing what you set out to do. Maybe you're just keeping that job because it pays a salary. Maybe you're just living this life because, again, it's what somebody else wanted for you. You got to be able to break that comfort zone, and whether or not you are ready or prepared, you got to be able to take the leap. Number three, it's important to enjoy what you do in your career and in life, because passion and all of that sort of thing, you only live this life once, so why waste it doing anything else? But one big common misconception: just because you enjoy something, don't think it's going to be easy. Just because you enjoy your job and are passionate, quote unquote, about it, don't think it's not going to be stressful. Don't think it's not going to be hard. I think that's a real big common misconception. People think that because you're passionate about something, it's not going to become stressful. And if you're doing something and it's hard, it's only because, we call that stress because you're not passionate about it. No, the reality, guys, is work is work. Stress is stress. You want to be going to the NBA, you got to work up there. That's really, you got to get into that, and you're passionate about it. That's a really, really hard association essentially to get into. But once you get in there, do you think it's going to be easy once you get drafted? Do you think it's going to not be stressful from time to time? Do you think you're not going to want to quit sometimes? No, because you are. And you got to work twice as hard when you're in whatever it is you want to be in than what it took to get you there. You got to work twice as hard, and just because you were passionate about something, you don't get an easy ticket. The difference when you're passionate about something, when you enjoy what you do, at the end of the day, through the stress, through the hard times, it makes it worth it. Versus if you weren't passionate about it, if it's just something you got dropped into, it makes it worth it in the end. Number four, you are guaranteed nothing in this life, guys. I can't reiterate that enough. Other than the fact that you're gonna die after you take your first breath, you're guaranteed death. And sorry to sound morbid, but Yes, we're all gonna die someday. That's some path that we can never escape. We're all gonna die. It's a cycle of life. We are guaranteed nothing. And that being said, you are entitled to nothing. A lot of us like to think we're entitled to this or that because we're the smartest, because we got good grades, because we did this, because we spent so much time doing this. Well, the world's not fair, and the universe itself is indifferent. It doesn't care who you are or what you've done up to this point. You've got to continue to earn what you want and the things you want out of life. If you want, some people like to live life like this. I like to live life like this. I want the excess in life. That's who I am. But I got to earn that. I got to be willing to earn that. I got to work for that. And that's something you got to realize. I'm not guaranteed to this just as much as you're not guaranteed to this. We all got to work for where we want to be in life. Last but not least, number 5, it's important to live in the now. In an age where we're so distracted and so coerced by different things like social media and etc. and so on, yes, it's important every now and then to stop and smell the flowers, to stop and soak things in and soak moments in before we go out and bring out a phone and take a picture or share it out to the world. That privacy isn't just as important this day and age as it is with the social. Yes, the social is also important. In this day and age, we can share things to millions of people globally. Live in the now, yes, for sure. Make moments, make memories, all of that good thing. But also, what's also very, very key and important is to consider your legacy. Every now and then, you got to stop and think about what you're doing and realize that every day you're building your legacy. When you pass on, whoever you leave your legacy with, be it your kids, whatever, maybe you build ideas and businesses that go well beyond you. That's what legacy is. I think about that every single day. The things I do, the things I post, the things I say are going down in internet and in general in history. They're going down in my book, and whatever I leave behind is going to be my legacy. So live in the now, but also think about what you're building long term, because that's really important, and that's what impact is, guys. Because you may not live forever, but the lessons and things you leave behind, the ideas, the creations, the inventions, those do have the possibility to withstand the test of time. That being said, guys, I hope these things are something that you take account into every now and then, and simply remind yourselves that these things do exist, that these problems are out there, that these misconceptions, all of these things are out there. And the fact of the matter is, you may not learn them right away, you may not learn them now, you may not fully understand them now, but reminding yourselves day in and day out, these are issues, these are things can change the way you have an outlook on life. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will catch you all in the next video.